Shalom, all praises to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect. B'Hashem Chakodash. My name is Jacobo from Plaintables Camp. And this is, there are about 4 videos here. It's got one scripture. This is Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth. All right. It says the earth. All right, so everybody. All right, but I'm focusing in on the tribes, Judah, Issachar, and you have various other tribes, the 12 tribes of Israel dwelling here in Babylon, America. All right, and you got the thing going over there in Britain. They another stepping stone to the implantable microchip, that digital ID, mandatory if you want to work. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and to the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. I got 4 videos here. All right. I think from Fox and ABC. It says, rejoice ye heavens. All right. I mean, this is Esau's kingdom. He's benefited the most he'll ever benefit before he's completely destroyed out of earth plane. All right. Woe to the destruction, grief, exclamation of grief to the inhabitants of the earth. That means everybody in the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath. And that goes back to killing somebody when you're drunk. I think I look this up in a while. Thomos, passion, anger, heat, for boiling passion. Glow, adore, the wine of passion, inflaming wine, with which either drives the drinker mad or kills him with his strength. All right, fierceness, indignation. Well, it's fierceness.
An early morning raid on a Chicago apartment building Tuesday has local leaders vowing they'll continue to fight back against the Trump administration. But federal immigration officials say they have no plans to end their immigration operation anytime soon. Fox's Chelsea Torres is live in Chicago tonight. And Chelsea, the feds say they were targeting Venezuelan gang members in that apartment raid.
Yep, that's right, Caroline. You know, federal agents actually said they had intel on 6 high-profile targets at that apartment who may be affiliated to Tren de Aragua. Some of those caught this month was a child sex offender, a burglar, and a member of that Venezuelan gang. Now, check out this video. Hundreds of federal agents surrounded this apartment on the south of Chicago early Tuesday morning. Officers flooded into the building on foot. Others landed on the top of the complex by a helicopter. DHS told Fox that agents arrested nearly 40 people in this raid, but they did not verify if any of them were actually those suspected gang members.
That was a known empty apartment complex that the city knew of, that it was known TDA members were in that building. We knew there were going to be weapons in that location. There were people living in squad.
Flooded into the building on foot. Others landed on the top of the complex by a helicopter. DHS told Fox that agents arrested nearly 40 people in this raid, but they did not verify if any of them were actually those suspected gang members.
That was a known empty apartment complex that the city knew of, that it was known TDA members were in that building. We knew there were going to be weapons in that location. There were people living in squatting in vacant apartments.
Meanwhile, anti-ICE protests are also continuing around Chicago. Just last night, hundreds of people took to the streets to oppose Operation Midway Blitz, even blocking a street downtown. Hours ago, the Illinois governor actually went after President Trump, saying Chicago is not a safe city.
The President of the United States falsely claims that Chicago is crime-ridden. It is not crime-ridden. We are not in the top 25 or 30 cities in the country, big cities in the country, for violent crime.
Although yesterday's
Esau's a damn liar. He'll just lie and exaggerate. Just that. Oh, black people commit the most crimes in the country. It's a damn lie. Most people that commit crimes are so-called white people. They commit the most crimes. All right, by sheer number.
protests were actually pretty peaceful. Over the weekend, riots outside a West Side Chicago ICE facility broke out. 5 people, Caroline, are now facing federal charges. ICE even says that they've arrested well over 800 illegal immigrants since they launched Operation Midway.
All right, so ICE arrests leader of Iowa's largest school district. And ICE agents raid South Shore apartment building. They just treated us like we were nothing.
I spoke to one woman who actually lives in this building, and she says she was detained by ICE agents overnight, and she says they took everyone and then asked questions later.
They just treated us like we were nothing.
So I guess she's a squatter. That's what they're trying to say. I guess she was a squatter. Squatter or swatter? It's squatting. Yeah. According to what that so-called official said, that this is supposed to be an abandoned or vacant apartment building.
Patricia Fisher says she came out to the hallway of her apartment complex on the corner of 75th and South Shore Drive in her nightgown around 10 Monday night, only to find ICE agents yelling police.
It was scary because I've never had a gun put in my face. They asked my name and my date of birth and asked me did I have any warrants, and I told them no, I didn't.
She says she was then handcuffed and released around 3 a.m. Fisher says she was told if anyone had any kind of warrant out for them, even if it was unrelated to immigration, they would not be released. Citizen-at video shows the chaotic scene overnight. Trucks and military-style vans were used to separate parents from their children. Other neighbors say they saw agents destroying property to get in the building.
And they had a big 15-inch chainsaw with a round blade on it cutting this fence down. We're under siege. We're being invaded by our own military.
The FBI did confirm this morning that they did help the U.S. Border Patrol carry out a targeted immigration enforcement operation in this area, and they say they have been supporting these efforts at the direction.
All right, yes, that was that one. Yeah, so he's moving. He's moving. Remember, the capacity to do this is under the guise of getting gang members, which they should go after gang members, all right, and to secure, to reduce drugs coming in. But they control the damn drugs coming into the country. So this is a training ground for when civil unrest because of laws they're going to pass in the future. This is training. They're collecting data, and they're getting more skills, getting field work. So it's ICE arrests leader of Iowa's largest school district.
This morning, an ICE agent in New York relieved of his current duties after recordings captured this violent incident. The agent pushing this woman into a wall, causing them to fall to the ground, all after her relieved of his current duties after recordings captured this violent incident. This morning, an ICE agent in New York relieved of his current duties after recordings captured this violent incident.
What is she like obstructing or something? Like, why do you push her down? I think she might be obstructing. I'll just mute it. Okay, yeah, she did put her hands on him. She put her hands on him.
Of his current duty. This morning, an ICE agent in New York relieved of his current duties after recordings captured this violent incident. The agent pushing this woman into a wall, causing them to fall to the ground, all after her husband was detained. The altercation unfolding at an immigration court downtown on Thursday. You can hear the woman pleading with the officer as he yells, "Adios." Adios. Moments earlier, the woman clinging onto her husband and two small children, one officer seen here grabbing her by the hair to separate them.
Just grab her, put her away.
Officials saying the family was at the courthouse for a routine asylum hearing. ICE now investigating, a spokesperson saying the officer's conduct in this video is unacceptable and beneath the men and women of ICE. This as heated
No, that's a damn lie. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. That's what he got hired for. All right, use force. All right. So this is what's going to happen. See, so today it's immigration, illegal immigrants, and tomorrow is you didn't comply with local regulations. You didn't take the implant chip. You're out of compliance. So these are training grounds. This is they're getting their skills. They're mastering your skills. And I heard something about $50,000 sign-on bonus. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Up to $50,000 sign-on bonus to become an ICE agent. I've never even heard of a government agent getting that much money. I'm gonna look up the history. Let me ask the damn Satan computer. Let me see. Is it unusual for a government agent, like a ICE agent or a police officer, to get up to a $50,000 sign-on bonus? I've been hearing about that in the news. Let's see what the Satan computers say. Yes, seeing reports on $50,000 sign-on bonus for government law enforcement roles is not just a rumor. It's happening now. ICE is currently advertising up to $50,000 signing bonus as part of the recruitment push, but it's not standard or universal. Most local police departments offer much smaller signing bonuses, often in the ranges of $5,000 to $20,000. Okay, so they just doubled it because they got money from the federal government. So 20 more than double, but I didn't know it was anything over $10,000. It seems excessive to me, but I just find out about these sign-on bonuses for agents. Often it ranges from $5,000 to $20,000, depending on the region, department size, and demand. Example: department advertises $10,000 bonuses for new officers. I'll put that on the screen so you can see it too. Finish this video out.
This as heated protests grow across the country. In Iowa, new video showing protesters gathered outside the Neil Smith Federal Building in Des Moines Friday after ICE agents detained the superintendent of Iowa's largest school district. The Des Moines Public Schools saying in a statement, quote, "We have no confirmed information as to why Dr. Roberts is being detained or the next potential steps. Our priority is to provide a safe, secure, and outstanding education for all students." ICE saying the superintendent was in the country illegally and had a final order of removal. And in Chicago, hundreds of demonstrators trying to stop federal vehicles like these at an ICE facility entrance. Agents deploying chemical gas and pepper balls to break up the crowd.
This is really what standing up for democracy looks like. It's not always putting on uniforms and going overseas.
And that breaking news from Des Moines school leaders, DMPS with the search. That resume said he earned a doctorate from Morgan State University. During the background check process, the degree was flagged as not completed. The resume was then revised to note that Roberts had not finished a dissertation, which is required to earn a doctorate. Board members had that revised resume throughout the interview process. School Board President Jackie Norris said in a statement tonight, the Des Moines School Board is also a victim of deception by Dr. Roberts, one on a growing list that includes our students and teachers, our parents and community, our elected officials, and Iowa's Board of Educational Examiners, and others, end quote. The district also tells KCCI Trident University was listed on his resume for a doctorate of education degree. We did reach out to the university this week to see if Roberts had completed his doctorate, but have not yet heard back. We do have team coverage tonight on how Roberts' arrest is impacting how Iowa schools screen new hires, as well as the impact on the DMPS community. We start tonight with KCCI's Kayla James. Kayla, you spoke with a former Central Iowa superintendent.
Superintendent Dr. Ian Roberts. Ramey says resumes, transcripts, and background checks, and once a person has been narrowed down, an I-9 form. We did ask her what could be used as an extra step.
All right, so I'm not sure if he didn't complete his doctorate because he wasn't a citizen or his immigration status, he overstayed his welcome. I'm not sure. Let's do it one more time for about 20 seconds.
And that breaking news from Des Moines school leaders on Dr. Ian Roberts' resume. They say Dr. Roberts provided an initial resume to JG Consulting, the firm that helped DMPS with the search. That resume said he earned a doctorate from Morgan State University. During the background check process, the degree was flagged as not completed. The resume was then revised to note that Roberts had not finished a dissertation, which is required to earn a doctorate. Board members had that revised resume throughout the interview process. School Board President Jackie Norris said in a statement tonight.
Okay, so those are two separate issues. All right, two separate issues. All right, so he didn't technically, he had one more step to get his act. Okay. All right, we can move on. Oh, I think that was it. So you see how they're moving under the guise of peace, law, reduce crime, even though crime is down. I think I read somewhere in Philly it was down 14%. And they want people to give the Philadelphia Police Department feedback on how to do a better job.
According to officials, crime is down dramatically in the city of Philadelphia. Officials say homicides are down almost 14% compared to a year ago. Shooting incidents are down more than 19%, and total violent crime is down about 3%. All that, and the mayor, police commissioner, and others are promising to keep that trend going.
Well, today, city leaders announced a 5-year strategy for public safety, and CBS News reporter Dan Snyder has more on this plan.
On our current pace, Philadelphia, we should see the lowest number of homicides and shootings in Philadelphia in over 50 years.
Philadelphia seeing a drop in violent crime, and city leaders say they want to keep that trend going. Since May, the police department has been developing a 5-year strategic plan.
We are not trying to do things the way that we've done them forever.
The process has included 200 people, from officers to lawmakers, business leaders, advocates, and residents. But on Thursday, the department announced it's expanding the process to take input from anyone in the city.
You can sit on the sidelines and complain and say that we don't do these things, or you can be part of the solution.
A new survey on the department's website has 11 sections. Residents can report how much crime or nuisances impact them daily and give direct feedback on police response in their neighborhood. People we spoke with like the idea.
I love that idea.
Absolutely, to get people's feedback on what it is that they could use and what they actually see, the residents in that neighborhood.
Sherry Wayne from Mount Airy said she'd be happy to take the survey. She says she'd like to see more officers walking the beat.
But these porch pirates will come and snatch up my package and then take off. I just see them a blur on my camera. So yeah, it would be nice to have their presence in the neighborhood.
Police say they'll take the responses to help craft their plan. Leaders had few details on what that would entail, saying officer wellness and recruitments will be big pieces, as will investments in technology. But Commissioner Bethel says it's important to build a plan like this with the community.
This is our plan. And together, if we build a safer and stronger, more prosperous future, if we do this right.
You can take the survey on the department's website anonymously. We've set up a link to it on cbsphiladelphia.com. Leaders expect the plan to be released early next year.
Says a $50,000 sign-on bonus for ICE agent is unusual and considered to be on the high end of law enforcement hiring. It is as a part of a large-scale recruitment effort by the Department of Homeland Security to hire thousands of new personnel for immigration, customs, and enforcement. Highly competitive. All right. So there you go. So better believe that, the country's changing. This is going to be a catalyst, all right, to more control and whatever new laws they pass or laws they decide to enforce that we don't even know about that are hidden. They're going to have resources already set in place to arrest and soon, preaching, street preaching and doing certain type of videos, having certain mindsets that you record and upload are going to be crimes. And they're going to have a special agent for you and a warrant for your arrest if you are a true Hebrew Israelite.